Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, my dear students. How are you all? I hope you all are fine. So today we are going to begin the new topic from economics, that is chapter number 1, development. So let us start. Okay. First of all, let us understand the meaning of development. The simple meaning of development is progress. Like everyone of us continuously strives to achieve progress in our life. We wish to achieve our aims and satisfy our wants on a much larger scale than before. In the same manner, an economy also continuously attempts to progress, providing for more and more quantities of goods and services to the people and improving their well-being. So every rational person in this world constantly aims to improve his standard of living, isn't it? Similarly, no economy remains stagnant. Economy means any economy of any country. Economic conditions of any country will not remain the same. It will be developing and improving. Instead, it aims to continuously transform itself and move towards modernity and development. So in this chapter, let us understand the concept of development and the parameters used to measure development. First, let us understand the meaning of development. We use the word development often in our daily lives. We use it to refer to the progress of a particular field or a particular person. For example, rural development, social development, economic development, women and children's development. So here we come to know that overall development in the society in different sectors is called as development. So let us understand now Professor Meyer and Baldwin. These are the economists who have given the definition of economic development. Here economic development is being discussed by these two economists. Economic development is a process whereby an economy's real national income increases over a long period of time. So according to this professor, the economic development definition is economic development is a process. Is a process means it is a process that is taking place. Day by day it is changing, it is transforming, whereby an economy's real national income, the exact national income is taken into consideration, which should last for a longer period, not for short term. Here in this definition, it is highlighting three elements. And which are those three elements? Process, real national income and over a long period. So let us understand these elements one by one. Okay. Now let us understand what do you mean by process. The term process refers to the operation of the forces that bring changes in the supply of production and in the structure of demand for the products. Changes in factors of supply take place due to discovery of additional resources, education and skill development, capital accumulation, population growth, adoption of better techniques of production, etc. So these all factors of production are changing, and because of the changes in the factors of production, we see there is demand for the products, and demand for the products changes how? It changes due to the change in the size and composition of population, level and distribution of income, taste, etc. So by all these changes we come to know that there is increase in the national income. So demand and supply goes hand in hand and side by side. You should understand the meaning of factors of production and supply and demand. Now let us know what is national income. Very important. What do you mean by national income? National income is defined as the sum of total of all goods and services produced in a country during 1 year. So national income is nothing but the income of the nation, where what is taken into consideration? The total of all goods and services that are produced in a country during that particular year. Now let us understand what is the importance of national income. Why national income is necessary. The increase in national income also leads to an increase in the income of the people, which enables them to afford quality education and health care. People, apart from buying essential goods and services, also save a portion of their income for their future to lead a good living. So here we come to know that every individual will save some amount, isn't it? Even in our family, we save some amount for our future, for better education, for health, for marriages and all these things. In the same way, the country also preserves some amount, that income, for the use in the future for good living. Okay, this is the importance of national income. So what is real national income? Here I am giving more stress on real. Real means exact. Higher is the national income, higher is the economic development, and vice versa. Vice versa means the opposite. Lower is the national income, lower is the economic development. Okay. But the emphasis is on the word real, which refers to the purchasing power of income. That means that all people don't show their actual income. That is why we are not getting the exact measurement of national income. The prices have tendency to rise over a time, isn't it? We can see now today's gold rate and the previous year's gold rate is increasing. Why it is increasing? Because there is a demand for that product. And when we are not having supply available with us, then we will increase the price. When we estimate the income based on the increased prices, the value or income are inflated. Inflated here means where the prices are increasing. Why the prices are increasing? The prices are increasing because there is no supply, but demand is there. That is why prices hike, and that situation is called as inflation. Got it? Done. Now let us understand the third element, that is long period. What do you mean by long period? The increase in real national income should be sustained over a longer period of time. Short-term spurts in income are not considered as development, isn't it? It should be for a longer period. That increase in the national income should sustain for long period. Short-term spurts means short-term increases in the income is not considered as development. The changes in supplies of factor of production and demand for the goods and services should be continuous in order to bring about sustained increase in incomes over a longer period. Understood? Okay. Now what are the objectives of economic development? Economic development has been broadened into inclusive development and sustainable development. What are the objectives of economic development? Inclusive development and sustainable development. What is inclusive development? Ensuring that every person is benefited by the process of development is called as inclusive development. Means ensuring, being very sure that every person is being benefited by the process of development. Then it is called as inclusive development. And what is sustainable development? Preserving natural resources and the environment for the benefit of the future generation is called sustainable development. These are the objectives of economic development, that every person should be benefited and we should also preserve the natural resources and the environment for the future generation. Then only we can say that there is overall development in the society. Thus, the objectives of economic development can be stated as increasing income, attaining equality, reducing poverty, unemployment and inequality, conserving resources and environment, and enhancing overall welfare in the society. So by this we come to know the few concepts of development, the meaning of development, What are the measures to measure the development? Not exactly measures, actually these are the highlights of the definition that was been stated by Professor Meyer and Baldwin. And also we came to know about economic development and the objectives of economic development. Okay, my dear children, I hope you all have understood. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe. Allah Hafiz.